Hello, everybody. My name is Benjamin Bloom. It is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show, and we are at half time. Huddersfield 1, West Brom 1. An early goal for Huddersfield, a bit of a soft one, and then a pretty controversial equaliser. Sorry, I was a minute late. We've got the still. A very real possibility that the West Brom equaliser there is offside. Let's get your thoughts in the comments on the first half, your predictions for the second. We will go through the action. We'll get to your comments. I've got the still of the goal, so we can say for certain whether or not that one was offside. However, the game started in excellent fashion for Huddersfield. They win a free kick, bit of a soft one. O'Shea fouling, was it Bacuna early on? 3 minutes in, and Huddersfield take the lead here. You can see there is the free kick position, and they're going to do a crisscross there. 3 Huddersfield players start offside, but then the others are going to run in, and this didn't get mentioned in the comments, in the commentary, excuse me. I think this is really poor from Sam Johnston there. The ball is swung in. You see goalkeepers 100 times. They do that kneel down thing where they put one knee so there's no gap for the ball to go through and just catch that. Surely he gets really badly caught out there. He kind of goes with his feet. Okay, it's coming in quickly, but high-level goalkeeper reach down and catch that. It bounces up. And there is Chris Willock. You can see on 6 yards there. Nice adjustment. And to Johnston's right, there is a big gap. And he sticks that ball into that gap. 1-0 Huddersfield after 3 minutes. I said the only hope Huddersfield had in this one was 0-0. Well, set play in 3 minutes and they've taken the lead. And all of Leeds and all of Brentford goes wild with joy. There, 1-0 Huddersfield on 3. And Willock starts the game really well down the right-hand side. He has a couple of other runs where a little bit more composure. He looked a little bit high on life after his goal, and maybe the concentration went, but maybe a little bit more composure there, and they could have had more. West Brom slowly come into it. 13, Hegazi winning a header from a free kick, puts that one wide. Again, Willock gets in across the box this time, and maybe the absence of a strong left foot here, and he can play Bacuna in, but it doesn't seem to be calm on the ball after his goal, Willock. He's doing half of it right, but then the composure just leaving him. A little splurge of yellow cards here. Trev Chalobah gets a yellow for delaying a throw-in on 18 minutes. That one, I do agree with Don Goodman for once. That looked a bit harsh. Willock on Iain Garner then. That was Chalobah's fault, to be fair, because he'd given the ball away. He leaves Willock exposed, and then he has to take down Iain Garner. Sawyers then gets robbed by Campbell on the edge of his own box. Campbell on the angle slips as he hits it well off there. Matt Phillips then getting a bit frustrated. He gets a yellow card on Andy King. Willock again, good break down the right. Lovely step over in the build up there. And poor ball into the box. Just to put this up, the system really is, it looks more like a 4-4-1-1, if you will. Willock is shuffling back and covering Chalobah. Bacuna is covering Toffolo. And O'Brien there you see in the 10 position. Well, he's not Juan Carlos Valeron, if anyone remembers him there. He's not there to unlock the door and slide balls through. Watch him. He's starting all the press, and he's getting for a hell of a lot of running as well in that 10 position. 39, you can see him there. O'Brien. Don't expect him to last the game, the amount of pressing that poor guy has done. 37 off the ball handbags here. Another yellow card for West Brom. Robson Kanu barges into Stearman. Ball up in the air from a knockdown here. And this looked a bit iffy, actually. Stearman, I don't know why he has his hands out. Maybe he would argue he's running into Iain Garner in the 6-yard box. But don't put your hands out in the box like that, because Iain Garner obviously falls over. And there was a chance that one could have been given as a penalty. And then we get to the goal on 41 here, and you can see it's a free kick right there. Matías Pereira is whipping that in. Right in the middle of the picture is Grady Diangana. I think he's either okay or irrelevant here, because he does stop his run and he makes no motion towards the ball. And we know, in terms of this interfering with play logic, if they make no clear attempt and even the opposite signal that they're not going to play the ball, they often get away with it. However, look on the very back of the picture and you will see Dara O'Shea there. I think he's hidden by Big Higazi a little bit, isn't he? Higazi is also offside when that's taken. But more to the point, O'Shea, who's going to score the goal, is offside. And this is the frustration now with VAR. People don't like VAR, but if VAR is there, that goal is disallowed. And kind of that's what it's there for. So, again, we have this silly situation. We had it with the Harriata thing, the ball getting booted against his hand, where I said, in the Premier League, that gets disallowed. In the Championship, well, how can they spot 10 different players running all at the same time and one person being an inch off? They can't. VAR can. The free kick goes in. Lossell parries it. And there is O'Shea to put it in. So let's just take one more look at that top of the picture. Pereira's just whipping that in now. And O'Shea is offside. So it doesn't really matter whether Diangana is offside or not. The interfering becomes irrelevant then, because if the actual guy who puts the ball in the net is offside, then it's offside. So I don't know how people feel in the comments. Maybe between the shove on Diangana and the offside goal, maybe they deserved an equaliser, but does appear to be lucky. However, if you are a Leeds fan or a Brentford fan, you will take this result in 45 minutes' time. If West Brom cannot get themselves into the lead, this result will be enough to give Leeds United promotion tonight. Obviously, a West Brom draw means that two teams will not be able to find their way past Leeds United in the remaining, well, it will only be one game then for West Brom and two for Brentford. Remember, you need two teams to get past Leeds to deny them as it stands. Down at the bottom of the table, you can see this is a live table there. So this will put Huddersfield on to 49 points, which is pretty helpful. Keeping a full game away from those who are liable to be on 45. But for example, if I suppose even if Hull and Luton draw, they're so far behind on the goal difference, that pretty much a point would really, really help Huddersfield out here. They really could do with holding on. I'm just going to go to the stats. We've got over 100 comments to read, so I'll come to them very, very quickly. Let me just get the stats up on the laptop for you guys so you can see what's happening. In the meantime, as usual, scrolling along the bottom there, if you are in the chat and you are commenting, then please just hit that dollar button next to where you type, and you can super chat and donate to the channel. Subscribe on Patreon as well to help out, and commenting, liking and subscribing to the channel all helps. There are your stats for the half. Huddersfield 5 shots to 4, 2-1 on target in Huddersfield's favour, 1 big chance apiece. You think those were both the goals there. Completed passes, I'll have to look very closely, but I think this is 49 there. West Brom way ahead with attacking third passes. Look, we've seen this many times before. Looking at statistics like that, it's often one team is going to dominate the ball and the other is not. There's only one ball. Both teams can't have the ball. But you would just now worry whether Huddersfield's threat will be limited. Pretty much, other than Willock dribbling in after the goal, it was pretty nondescript. So it could be there for West Brom to take. Oh dear, have we got these annoying bots in the I apologise if we got the bots in the chat again. I don't know what's going on there. David says, Huddersfield have been better for most of the first half. West Brom lucky to be level. Goal looked offside for the scorer. Another bit of simulation for Pereira. I agree with the goal being offside. Don't necessarily agree Huddersfield have been better for most of the half. I think from about 20 minutes, Huddersfield haven't really shown a lot, but defended and managed to frustrate. George makes the point I was making. Was it a penalty before the dubious looking offside goals? Mike, West Brom goal, 2 guys offside, 1 put the keeper off, really bad officiating. Well, it's irrelevant if there's 2 guys offside, if the one puts the ball in the net. I do think if O'Shea had been onside, that Diangana would have been okay because he doesn't motion towards the ball. Before I commit to that opinion, I will read the IFAB lettering on that. But yeah, it's a moot point because O'Shea was offside, wasn't he? Goodmanson says VAR would have called that back, but probably would have awarded a penalty. Yes, good point. Milton No says Ben is getting his wine. Lovely there. 3 men offside, including the goal scorer. Remember, they are only offside if they are interfering with play. I would have thought that Higazi and Diangana would got away with it. But, hey, if the goal scorer is offside, there's no one more interfering with play than the goal scorer. Don't worry about anyone else other than Dara O'Shea here if you're complaining about this goal. The rest of that doesn't matter, does it? It's, if you're driving 50 and a 30, the extra 19 miles over the limit don't matter. You're still speeding, aren't you, if you know what I mean? George says, we don't do it the easy way. We have neither. Tim says, Huddersfield will just absorb pressure and hit on the break. That'll be the plan. I just haven't seen evidence of it. I really am struggling to see Huddersfield getting out and creating many, if any, chances in the second half. I could be wrong. Elliot says, are Brentford basically in the Premier League, Benny boy? Didn't you keep saying that was impossible? Never said it was impossible, did I? I said they would have to put together an incredible run to do it. Always listen to what I say. And what have they done? They've put together an incredible run. If this stays the same, they are 2 games away from doing it. I would never say it was impossible. I always remember listening to that Wally Robbie Savage on the radio when Leicester were at the top of the league saying, Leicester can't win the Premier League. I'm like, what are you saying? That's literally a statement of fact that is wrong. Of course, anyone can win the Premier League. Whether they're likely to or not, I don't know. Danny Cowley, picture of him in the ref's ear. We are seeing Grzycki and Kravinovic are both going to be coming on. Fidan says, VR need championship. There we go. Oliver says, really disappointed in the end. Really good start and happy overall. First shot on target and goal. It's just now, can you see Huddersfield either lasting out and getting a 0-0 in this half or getting away and actually creating any chances? They do still have Carlin Grant on the bench. That said, we will have a look. My eye is streaming again, shockingly. We will have a look at the IFAB wording, although it's a moot point really on the interfering with play. I don't think the other 2 West Brom players were interfering with play by the book. Remember, referees referee the game by the laws. Football fans don't often read the law, so I always try and go by what the wording in the law says. However, O'Shea is offside, isn't he? Now, I know football fans don't like any decisions given against them, whether it's that much or that much, but in a VAR world, which we are in now, it's in some parts of the game, that is offside. Right. Lana says, just watching the game, West Brom guy, clearly offside. Yes, it's now black and white, isn't it? With offside, you're either offside or you're not. Clearly doesn't come into it, does it? But there you go. Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. 45 more minutes. If it stays the same, Leeds are up and Brentford have a mighty, mighty chance to get past West Brom. Can Huddersfield keep out Phillips and Livermore off? That's quite attacking from Bilic. Let's see how this plays out. I will see you all at full time in around 50 minutes from now. Enjoy the second half. Thank you for watching. Over and out.